Nischala tattva. Jivan mukti means for one who is unwavering in his intention, for him, liberation cannot be denied. The only reason most of the humanity goes about their life, blundering through their life, not knowing which way to go, is because they keep shifting the direction of their life too often. They may not actually change the direction of their life, but in their mind and emotion, it keeps shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting. The very nature of the existence is such. Today it is also a scientific fact, but this is the experience of every yogi, that in this existence, there is energy and there's consciousness. There is no such thing as physical matter. Physical matter, as you know it today, is just concentrated patterns of energy. Today, this is established science. So these are the only two things one needs to deal with. Oh, why didn't you tell us? We wouldn't have done the Surya Namaskar today morning. You are not doing the Surya Namaskar to build muscle. If you have to know the energy, right now it's concentrated in the form of this body. Only if you use it in a certain way, it'll crackle. Otherwise, it'll sit like a lump of earth. If this has to sit here and crackle, then it has to be kept in a certain way. So whatever the physical sadhana that you're doing is not to build muscle, not to… that when you go home you can dominate the people at home. I'm telling the ladies, you could be stronger than them. 90 days of sadhana, you could be actually stronger than. If your energies can crackle and your mind is focused, then this will just build in that direction. Because the mind is shifting and shifting and shifting focus, it does not know which way to build. The very life within you is confused, it doesn't know which way to go. I would say more than 95, actually I think it's 99, but so that I'm not wrong, at least 95% of the human energy is simply wasted because most human beings cannot hold anything in their focus for any substantial amount of time. Otherwise, each of them would be opening up a new window, a new door to something else. 7 billion people, if they had all had their minds and consciousness focused, everything, just everything have to yield. Nothing would be unexplored, just everything. If one keeps his mind, his energies and his consciousness organized in one direction for a certain period of time, he not only realizes the nature of this life, the past 84 creations that have happened, they are also here. Everything could be explored by human consciousness. You're paying too much attention to everything around you, not enough attention to this one. But the quality of your life is essentially determined by how you carry this one. This moment, what kind of clothes you're wearing, what kind of car you parked outside, what kind of home you live in does not determine the quality of your life. This moment, how joyful are you feeling within yourself determines the quality of your life, isn't it so? Nothing has been done about it. You think it'll happen in consequence, and you're setting impossible goals for your happiness. If I have to be happy, my wife should be like this, my husband should be like that, my children should be like this, the world should become some other way. When you're given such a highly sophisticated machine, if you do not conduct it properly, it will cause many problems to you. When you have such a sensitive and sophisticated machine and you are operating like a blacksmith, you have never paid attention to this machine, never paid attention to the internal mechanism of how a human being functions, what is the basis of everything that's happening within you. It takes a little bit of attention. That's why our basic program is called as inner engineering. We have engineered the whole world the way we want it. Much comfort and convenience has come, but well-being has not come, isn't it? Because well-being will not come. Well-being will come only when this is engineered the way you want it, only then you will know well-being.
In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, Yam hina vyathayante te Purusham Purusharshabha Samadukha Sukham Dhiram Somritatvaya Kalpate. In English, the meaning of the verse is this: the one who remains unperturbed, the one who remains undisturbed, the one who remains equanimous in the midst of happiness and sorrow, pleasure and pain, he alone is fit for immortality. He alone is fit to realize his divine infinite nature. So in this verse, Lord Krishna talks about the eligibility of a spiritual seeker who wishes to know himself beyond this body-mind complex, who wishes to know his or her divine infinite nature. And what is the eligibility that Lord Krishna really talks about in this verse? It is equanimity. Yes, equanimity is the prerequisite. It is the most essential quality that every spiritual seeker must have if he or she really wants to know himself or herself beyond the body-mind complex. Without this quality, it will be just impossible for you to know yourself. And why is it so? It's because when you are equanimous in pleasure and pain, heat and cold, joy and sorrow, you get in touch with your conscious divine nature. And when do you lose touch with your divine conscious nature? You lose touch with it the moment a ripple is created in your mind through the experiences of the external world. What happens in the external world, if it creates a movement of thought in your mind, then it's taking you away from your conscious divine nature. But on the other hand, if you remain unperturbed, undisturbed, and equanimous, then you remain as you truly are, the light of consciousness. Because when you don't get disturbed, there is no thought in your mind. No thought is created in your mind when you don't get disturbed. And you are simply aware. And this is the condition which is most suitable for self-realization. What is that condition? When you are simply aware, when you are fully conscious with no thought in your mind, that's when you catch a glimpse of your divine infinite nature. That's why, so much stress, so much emphasis has been laid on equanimity. And it's not only about sorrow and suffering, it's also about pleasure and, all favorable experiences that you have in your life, because they also create ripples in the lake of your mind. Remember, anything that creates more thoughts, that will always take you away from yourself. And when you lose touch with yourself, how can you then experience your divine infinite nature? So be careful when you face any negative or any favorable situation in your life. Both these situations, favorable or unfavorable, both are equal for a spiritual seeker. You need to be equanimous in both if you want to experience your divine infinite nature beyond this body-mind complex.